until the time of Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, and the majority of scholars are of the opinion that he is the first one to come up with a textbook of as-sarf, and this was a textbook called al-Maqsood. It was printed in Egypt back in the 40s. This was the very first ever book in as-sarf that was written and compiled. People knew, of course, the Arabs knew these rules and all the structure of the science of sarf, but it wasn't ever compiled in the form of a book until the time of Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. Clear that as-sarf deals with word. Word in Arabic is called al-kalima. Kalima is a word that has a meaning. We're talking in particular in terms of as-sarf. Kalima also means the kalima, the shahada that we say. But here in as-sarf it refers to word, and a word that has a meaning. So, and a word that has no meaning is not al-kalima. And from this we can derive the Arabic parts of speech. We have, like in English, we only have 3 parts of speech. We have al-harf and al-ism and al-fi'l. Al-harf, al-ism, and al-fi'l. We don't have noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, and so on. But then each one, of course, has its subcategories. But the main categories of al-kalima, a word, are al-harf, al-ism, and al-fi'l. So let's start with the definition of al-ism. Or actually, let's start with al-fi'l, because that will make the definition of al-ism and al-harf. Al-fi'l is a kalima. It's a word that has a meaning and it has a connection to one of the 3 tenses: past, present, and future. That's what al-fi'l is. It's a word which has a meaning, and that meaning has a connection with, or it implies time in the past, present, or future.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Sure. Al-fi'l is a word that has a meaning attached to or implying tense. That meaning will become clear once we know the definition of al-ism. Al-ism is also a kalima, meaning a word that has a meaning without any connection to a time. It has no implication of time. It doesn't make sense to have a time for it. So al-fi'l is approximately equivalent to verb. It is a word that has a meaning that has a connection with one of the times, past, present, or future. Al-ism is a noun, equivalent to noun. It is a word with a meaning with no connection to present, past, or future. So if you say, for example, he went in English, so they're going to have a connection with the tense. But if you say lion, for example, then it's just a noun. It has no connection with the time. It doesn't imply anything in terms of time. But the thing about both of these is they have independent meaning. They imply meaning, or they have a meaning independent of anything else. So al-ism itself has a meaning without relying on something else. Al-fi'l itself has a meaning without relying on something else. For example, lion has a meaning. You know it has a meaning. Al-asad in Arabic, without depending on anything else. Or if we say ذهب, he went, that has a meaning without depending on anything else. But the last thing here is al-harf. Al-harf literally means letter, but it is in reality a conjunction or a preposition. Those equivalent to those things in English which connect other words, which by themselves have no meaning. So they are dependent. Al-harf has a meaning only if it is combined with other things.
So what was the literal meaning of
Al-harf, letter. A letter.
letter?
Letter. So an example of that would be ila. If you say dhahabtu ila al-masjid, I went to the masjid. So al-masjid and dhahabtu are, they have a meaning. Dhahabtu is verb, al-fi'l, and al-masjid is ism. They both have independent meaning. But ila, to, has no meaning if it is not connected. We know it has a certain meaning. From some place to some place, but it doesn't imply, it doesn't have a complete meaning independent of something else. So in other words, you can say al-fi'l by itself, and you can say al-ism by itself, and it would have some meaning. You can say asad, it could be someone's name, it could be called, right? You can say dhahabtu, I went, it still has a meaning. But if you say ila, and you keep repeating it, has no meaning by itself. To what, So it wouldn't have meaning by itself. So these are the main categories of a kalima that as-sarf is concerned with. Questions so far? Everyone's getting it so far?
These three that we just say, these three are only the three kind of common that's there in the grammar.
Yes. Whether it's as-sarf or a-nahwu, whatever branch of Arabic language, the parts of speech will basically be al-harf and al-ism. If you have a question, make sure you ask it, because you'll be going fast, so you don't want to be left behind. Okay, so now that we know al-ism, al-fi'l, and al-harf,